Good morning, 109 students. Now, in the previous class, I had told you what advice or what was the last word spoken to Antonio by Graciano. He said, "Thanks, I fate, for silence is only commendable in a neat's tongue dry." Means a person who is not supposed to speak is actually like silence is golden. And it is well recommended that nobody should speak. The only person that it says neat means it is a calf or a cow who's dead and his tongue is drying out. Means a dead cow cannot speak. Means a dead man tells no tales. Okay. And the other one is actually based on when these young ladies who are about to get married, they are supposed to be in a marketplace, and then the young boys come and they select their own girls or maiden for their wives, and only those girls who are not selected, they are the ones who are not supposed to speak. But what he meant was that he wants Antonio to be more active, to be more of an extrovert. Okay. To be forward in life, not to be closed. So that is what Graciano is trying to explain to Antonio. But Bassanio feels that the manner in which Graciano had spoken to Antonio, perhaps Antonio may not have liked it. But they're all friends. Antonio is a good friend to Bassanio, and so is Graciano. So trying to be neutral and try to cover up Graciano's fault. Is that, Antonio, is that anything now? Okay. Means, does it make any sense? Means, a neat tongue dried and a girl in the marketplace. So, means nonsense. Okay. Bassanio. Graciano speaks an infinite deal of nothing, more than any man in all Venice. So now Bassanio is saying Graciano speaks an infinite deal of nothing. Means he speaks so much without any reason. Means nonsense. And nobody can speak more than the manner in which Graciano speaks in Venice. His reasons are as 2 grains of wheat hid in 2 bushels of chaff. Okay. So his reasons. So when Graciano speaks, his spoken words are like 2 grains of wheat hidden in a bushel of a chaff. Okay. You shall seek all day. Here you find them. Means you can spend the entire day searching for those 2 grains hidden in a chaff. Okay. And when you have them, and when you find it, they are not worth the search. Means they are not good grains. They are not worth the trouble that you had taken in searching for it. Now what he means that if you spend the entire day trying to reason out what Graciano had spoken, at the end of the day, he says you'll come to know it was totally nonsense. There was no reason. His words, his reasoning had no meaning to it. In other words, he's trying to convince Antonio not to pay heed or not to be affected by Graciano's words. But, friends, when you fall in love with a girl, then your friend is very keen, very eager to know what's happening, how far your love has advanced, or what is happening. So your friend seems to be more interested in your love affairs than perhaps you do. So then he says, well, tell me now, what lady is the same to whom you swore a secret pilgrimage that you today promised to tell me of? So now what happened? Bassanio may have told Antonio that he's going to tell him about a lady. He's undergoing a secret pilgrimage for a particular lady. So Antonio, being a friend, being very curious to know about the lady, and what secret pilgrimage is Bassanio talking about? Okay. So now, first, the lady. He wants to know more about what kind of a lady is Bassanio talking and what is the secret pilgrimage. Now, what is a pilgrimage? A pilgrimage is a religious journey. Okay. When anyone goes to visit any holy shrine, a holy temple, so it is called, so that journey is called a pilgrimage. And the people who travel, they are called pilgrims. Okay. So here he's talking about a secret pilgrimage, a secret journey, or a religious journey, which he was going to explain to Antonio today. So Antonio is very keen to know what Bassanio is going to tell him. Okay. Now Bassanio does not actually tell him the reason. He is speaking something else. "'Tis not unknown to you, Antonio, how much I have disabled my estate." Now, Bassanio is saying it is not hidden from you. You are very well aware how much I have misused my money. By something showing a more swelling port, means I have wasted or spent my money on something which was more than it should have been. So don't bite more than you can chew. So the same way, so I have extended my expenditure. Like a Hindi movie, the name is Amdani Atani Kharcha Rupaya. Means the person earns 50 rupees or 50 paisa, but he spends a rupee. He spends more than what he has earned. So, in a similar manner, he is explaining to Antonio that you are aware of my lifestyle. You know what I have and how much I spent. You also know the fact that I go beyond my means if I have to have a party or spend money. That my fate means would grant continuance. Nor do I now make moan to be a bridge for such a noble rate. So now I am regretting that the kind of life that I was leading was not right. I was going beyond my limits. I was spending more money than what I earned. Now I have realized that I have to mend my ways. I have to live a neat and noble life. And only you are the one who could help me change. Because you are the one who has been helping me for whenever I needed money. Nor do I now make room to be a bridge from such a noble ray. But my chief care is to come fairly off from the great debts. So now my main aim is to clear all the debts that I owe people. Where in my time something too prodigal had left me gauged. So now I realize that I've been prodigal means spending extravagantly or lavishly, spending lavishly, spending without thinking. So he says, now I realize that I have been a spendthrift person. Now that is the meaning of prodigal, a spendthrift or a person who wastes or spends money extravagantly. Had left me gauge to you and to me. I owe the most in money and in love. Okay, so he is explaining that most of the money that I have borrowed, he says, I want to change. I want to clear myself of all these debts. And so let me explain that most of the money I owe you, I am not only in debt, in money, it is also in love. Because they're very good friends. And from your love, I have a warranty to unburden all my plots and purposes. So, because the love you have for me and the love I have for you, so it helps me. The love that you have for me helps me to share, to confide in you all my plots, mean all my plans and purposes. Whatever problem or difficulty I am facing, says it is only you who understand my problems. Okay. So I'll keep it till here, and then again later on I shall explain furthermore. Okay. And I'll be sending some notes. So simultaneously we shall complete it and then write and learn in your copy. After I complete this, then I shall be taking a class test. I will inform you about the test later on. Thank you.